Nishimura prepares to welcome Jeon Jungkook on the Tokyo Dome stage. Fans can't wait. The air in Tokyo feels different tonight. It hums with anticipation, charged with a kind of electricity that only the biggest moments in global pop culture can create. Outside the massive dome that has witnessed decades of legendary performances, thousands of fans gather, their voices blending into a rising wave of excitement that refuses to settle. Lightsticks glow like stars scattered across the city, and every conversation seems to circle back to the same question: what is about to happen inside Tokyo Dome? Because this is not just another concert. This is not just another stop on a world tour. This is the night where two worlds are rumored to collide. On one side stands Jeon Jungkook, a name that has become synonymous with global stardom, a performer whose presence alone can shake entire stadiums. On the other side is Ni-Ki Nishimura, the young Japanese prodigy who grew up watching stages like this, dreaming of standing under those same blinding lights. Tonight, that dream feels closer than ever, because the whispers, the speculation, the subtle hints, they all point to one possibility that has sent both ARMY and Engine into a frenzy. Ni-Ki is preparing to welcome Jungkook. And if it happens, it won't just be a moment, it will be history. Inside the venue, preparations move with surgical precision. Every light, every camera angle, every sound cue is carefully tested and retested. The stage itself is a marvel of modern design, a 360-degree structure that seems less like a platform and more like a living entity. LED panels stretch across the floor and rise toward the ceiling, ready to transform the space into anything the performance demands. From futuristic cityscapes to intimate, almost surreal visuals, the stage promises an experience that goes far beyond music. But tonight, it's not just about the technology, it's about the people who will stand on that stage. For Jungkook, this performance represents more than another concert date. It is a continuation of a journey that has redefined what it means to be a global artist. Every move he makes, every note he sings, carries the weight of expectations from millions around the world. And yet, somehow, he always manages to go beyond those expectations, delivering something unexpected, something unforgettable. For Ni-Ki, however, the meaning runs even deeper, because before he became an idol, before he stood under the spotlight as a member of ENHYPEN, he was a fan who watched Jungkook perform and thought, "I want to be like that." That connection, unspoken, yet deeply understood, has become the emotional core of the narrative surrounding tonight's event. Fans have long speculated about the possibility of an interaction between the two. Small moments, fleeting glances at award shows, shared stages in the same industry. Each one has been analyzed, replayed, and discussed endlessly online. But nothing has ever come close to what is being rumored now. A welcome, a meeting, a shared moment on one of the biggest stages in the world. As the countdown to the concert begins, social media explodes with theories. Hashtags trend globally within minutes. Clips of Ni-Ki talking about BTS resurface, reminding everyone of his admiration, his respect, his journey. Fans create edits imagining what the moment might look like. Jungkook stepping onto the stage, the crowd erupting, and somewhere nearby, Ni-Ki watching, maybe even stepping forward, bridging the gap between idol and inspiration. The idea alone is enough to send chills through the fandom. Backstage, the atmosphere is tense but focused. Staff members move quickly, their expressions serious, their actions precise. There is no room for error tonight, not when the entire world seems to be watching. And then there are the artists. Jungkook, calm yet intense, prepares in his own way. Those who have worked with him describe a transformation that happens before every performance, a shift from the person to the performer. His focus sharpens, his energy builds, and by the time he steps onto the stage, he is no longer just a member of BTS. He is something more. Something powerful. Ni-Ki, meanwhile, carries a different kind of energy. There is excitement, yes, but also something quieter, something deeper, nervous anticipation. Because how do you prepare to meet the person who inspired you to chase your dream? How do you stand on the same stage, under the same lights, knowing that this moment could change everything? The doors open. Fans flood into the venue, their voices echoing through the vast space as they take their seats. The light sticks begin to glow, creating a sea of color that stretches in every direction. The stage, still dark, looms at the center like a promise waiting to be fulfilled. The lights dim. A hush falls over the crowd. And then, the music begins. From the very first note, it's clear that this is no ordinary performance. The energy is immediate, overwhelming, impossible to ignore. BTS takes the stage with a force that feels almost unreal, their presence filling every corner of the dome. The opening song hits hard, setting the tone for what is to come. Jungkook stands at the center, his voice cutting through the noise, his movements precise yet effortless. The crowd responds instantly, their cheers rising to a deafening level as they match his energy beat for beat. But even as the performance unfolds, something else lingers in the expectation, a question that refuses to go away. Will it happen? Midway through the show, the lights shift. The music softens. A transition begins, subtle but noticeable. Fans exchange glances, their excitement building once again. Because this feels different. This feels like the beginning of something. The stage changes, the visuals transforming into something more intimate, more focused. And for a moment, everything slows down. Jungkook steps forward. The crowd quiets. And then, from the edge of the stage, a figure appears. It's brief, almost too quick to fully register. But it's enough. Enough to send the entire stadium into chaos. Because in that moment, whether fully revealed or not, whether planned or spontaneous, the line between rumor and reality blurs completely. Ni-Ki is there. And the reaction is immediate, explosive. Fans scream, their voices overlapping, their emotions spilling over in waves that seem to shake the very structure of the dome. Phones are raised, capturing every second, every movement, every possibility. Even those watching from afar feel it, the significance, the weight, the sheer intensity of the moment, because this is more than a meeting. This is a story coming full circle. An idol who inspired millions. A fan who became an idol. A stage that brings them together. The music builds again. The performance continues. But something has changed. The energy is different now, stronger, deeper, more emotional. It's no longer just about the songs, the choreography, the visuals. It's about connection, about dreams, about the invisible threads that link artists across generations, across experiences, across time. By the time the concert reaches its final moments, the audience is completely transformed. They came expecting a show, but what they experienced was something far greater, something unforgettable. As the lights rise and the final notes fade, one thing becomes clear. This night will be talked about for years. Not just because of the performances, not just because of the scale, but because of a single, powerful idea that came to life on that stage. That dreams, no matter how distant they may seem, have a way of finding their moment. And when they do, the world watches in awe. The Tokyo Dome stands silent once more, but the echoes of what happened inside continue to ripple outward, carried by fans, by stories, by memories that refuse to fade. Because somewhere in that vast space, under those blinding lights, a moment was created that cannot be undone. A moment where past and present met, where admiration became reality, where a young idol stood on the edge of a dream and saw it looking back at him. And for everyone who witnessed it, whether in person or through a screen, one thought remains impossible to ignore. If this is what happened tonight, what will happen next?